Magandang araw muli sa ating mga online kaskwela. Ako si Roy Victoria mula sa Agricultural Training Institute Region 4A.
Happy Monday! Ako naman si Madel Haurigue mula rin sa ATI Region 4A. Welcome sa ikatlong episode ng ating programang Ating Eskwelahan, Hayop na Pangkabuhayan. Alam mo Roy, isa na namang exciting na episode ang pagsasaluhan natin today. Really looking forward to this one kasi favorite kong kainin talaga to. Lalo na pag fried chicken at curry ang luto.
Actually, Madel, hindi lang ikaw siguro ang may favorite nito. Siyempre,
I'm sure.
Yung ating mga estudyante nakikinig at saka siyempre yung ating mga online viewers.
Pero Roy, balikan na natin yung mahiwagang tanong. Alin nga ba yung nauna? Chicken or egg?
Actually, Madel, matagal ng tanong yan. Kung alin ba nauna, itlog o manok. Pero alam mo, sa mga nababasa natin, ang sinasabing nauna pala daw ay chicken. Kasi sa chicken lang makikita o makukuha yung protein na gumagawa ng mga eggshells. Pero wag na natin pakahabain ito.
Yes.
Tuloy-tuloy na tayo dahil napaka-exciting at interesting ng sunod nating magiging topic.
Tama, Roy. Pag-uusapan natin ang natural na pamamaraan ng pag-produce ng free-range chickens, ang life cycle nito, pakain, pabahay, and key factors on how to succeed in this business.
Lahat ng yan ay i-share ng ating extension partner at syempre ang ating accredited learning site ng ATI 4A, ang All Seasons Nature Farms, dito sa bayan ng Taysan, probinsya ng Batangas.
Good morning. Let me introduce myself. My name is Henry Season. I'm the owner and general manager of All Seasons Nature Farms, located in Taysan, Batangas. So All Seasons is actually an integrated natural farm. We basically produce eggs, so lots and lots of eggs. So broiler chickens as well, Peking ducks. And we also have crops. That's actually from the production side. We are a learning site of ATI as well as a TESDA school. Nagsimula kami in 2009 doing orchids. Kaya lang ang orchids medyo matagal ang gestation period. So we said after 2 years, around 2011, we started working on growing Peking ducks. However, having said that, yung sa Peking ducks naman, medyo limited ang market during the time. So we ventured into free-ranging chickens. So we started first with broilers, and then from broilers, nag-expand kami to layers for eggs. Now the primary produce of the farm is eggs, primarily eggs. Siguro in a month we produce around 70,000-80,000 pieces of eggs at peak. So broilers naman, normally we produce at least around 300 heads. Again, this is really more of direct to consumer type of setup for broilers. Madali sila alagaan. The thing is, you just need to make sure that you give the flocks the necessary attention. So these are social animals, So kaya nga tinatawag there's actually a flock. So if you actually have 10 or more chickens, pwede sabihin nyo meron na kayong flock of chickens. And normally they go around. So in a pen or in an area, they happen to move around as a group most often. Nagiging free range chicken kapag meron silang ranging area. Alright. So, ano yung ranging area? So, dapat nasa lupa, umiikot siya on their natural habitat yung mga manok, diba? In a free-ranging system, there is sufficient space for chickens to roam around. They can forage, diba? They can go. I mean, their natural instincts to forage, to look for food, diba? Insects or yung grass, ganyan. Vegetation is still there, which is fairly important because from an animal welfare standpoint, importante na yung instincts ng hayop nasusunod. Likewise, so sabi niya, yung lang kulungan pa lang difference, hindi lang po yun. Ang lasa po ng manok ay nakukuha sa edad ng manok. In a free-range system, we usually harvest our chicken 60 days minimum, no? At 60 days to 75 days, that's basically the yung period na medyo meron na siyang lasa. And then if let's say gumawa kayo ng tinola using a chicken na galing sa free range, yun yung sabi yung lasang native. There are several breeds that we usually use in the Philippines. So, meron yung mga native or mga endemic sa Philippines like yung Parawakan, meron Darag, alright? Meron din yung mga Banaba, which are very common sa countryside, sa rural areas. If you want na parang medyo exotic or medyo mas malapit sa native talaga yung lasa, you can opt for yung mga Saso, alright, or Hubbards, no? So these ones naman normally they grow to around 1.4 kilograms in around 60 days naman. Alright, we have opted for a commercial hybrid called the Decal Browns, no? So in Decal Browns naman, we chose them primarily because they're hardier, no, compared to other commercial hybrids. Yung shell niya is really brown, no, and thick-shelled siya. And very uniform ang size, which is medium and large, no, which is anywhere between 55 grams to around 65 grams, no. Yun ang standard egg size niya. Likewise, it's very hardy, no, as I said, even on the range, no. So what's surprising is when we experimented and we were looking for the ideal breed of chicken, we got several types of breeds and basically experimented on how they would perform on the range, no. Some of them, they were easily contracted sicknesses and we opted not to grow them and continue them. Whereas for the others naman, like ito nga, Decal Browns and the Sasos and the Hubbards, we said fairly decent naman ang performance niya on the range. So we settled for that, no? Now at the farm, we have around 6,000, 7,000 heads of layers, no, of Decal Brown, so of varying ages, no. We needed to make sure that we have a constant supply of eggs, no. Huwag kayong magtitipid sa sisiw kasi gine-grade yan usually for broilers, eh. May class A, class B, may class C pa nga, eh, di ba? Always go for the best type of sisiw, alright? Kasi kapag magandang sisiw, maganda yung dugo or bloodline, you'll be better off and more sure na mas productive yan when it grows. In livestock, there are two main cost variables, no? One is labor, but more than labor is actually feeds, no? So yung feeds po natin, it's almost 70 to 75% of the cost of growing chickens, no? Kaya kami rin dito sa farm, we actually ferment our own feed. So we make our own feed. So what we do is we get the raw material, which is rice bran or wheat pollard. That's for carbohydrates. For protein, we still leverage soya, no? Although having said that, meron din naman mga natural sources of proteins, eh. Usually duckweed, no? Mga forage plants, no? Indigofera, ganyan. Kaya lang usually kina-cut and carry namin yan sa mga pens namin, no? To supplement yung feed na niluluto namin. And then finally for fat, no? For fat and lipids, we use copra meal, no? So these are feeds that we mix together. Again, we plan for it rin. We plan for what is the consumption of our flocks. Pagkatapos, they're fermented for 2 weeks, no? O 15 days na fine-ferment. So why do you say, bakit kailangan i-ferment, no? Fine-ferment po natin yung raw materials para una-una ma-breakdown yung fiber, mas maging digestible sa mga chickens. And second, fermentation is a way of increasing the nutrient value of the foodstuff, no? That we feed our chickens sa ating mga alaga. Alright, so sa free-range chicken farming, there are business models or there are parang income streams, no? The first one and most common is actually yung fattening, no? Fattening or yung mga broilers. So in this case, when you say broilers, so pipili ka ng chickens which can grow very fast in the shortest possible time without injecting them with hormones or growth enhancers, no? So for the farm, ang gamit namin is yung Hubbards or Saso, no, na sinasabi. So ito, you can actually buy this from hatcheries naman, direct to hatcheries, no. If I'm not mistaken, each chick is around 45 pesos. For fatteners, obviously, we grow them for their meat, no. So like I said, 60 days po minimum namin. But if let's say you really want to be aligned to the Philippine national standard for organic production, you need 75 days before pwede siyang katayin, no. So for the farm, 60 to 75 days depending on the requirements of our client. So for chicken layers naman, this is egg production. So egg production, you say it takes us a slightly longer period. Chickens lay eggs after around 5.5 to 6 months, no? So during this time, investment po talaga yan, no? Investment yan. Until mag-lay yan ng eggs on the 5.5 or 6th month, no. Yun namang chickens na nangingitlog, productive yan to up to 2 years. 2 years old, no. For some farms at 2 years they start culling their flocks. Okay? Dahil bumababa na yung productivity. Dito sa farm, medyo naawa kami kung ikakal namin siya at 2 years. So what we do is we usually group them together, all right, into a pen, yung mga senior citizens namin, mga manok, and we continue na lang to let them be and lay eggs, no. Kasi meron pa ng mga eggs yan, kaya lang hindi na siya kasing prolific as younger chickens. So doon po sa ranging area, wala pong mga cocks, all right, o wala pong mga tandang, no. Meron pong mga naghahanap sa aming mga kliyente na gusto nila fertilized egg. Alright? That's also an option. Kaya lang ang problema po natin yan, kapag fertilized ng egg, 2 weeks lang po ang shelf life ng itlog, no? Mas mabilis po siyang masira. Pag table egg po yan, easily kaya po niyan ng 4 weeks or up to a month ang shelf life, no? Now, the last income stream, no, that you can think of sa free-range chicken production is really taking care of breeders, no? Ito naman po yung pag-produce natin ng mga sisiw, no, which is a different business line in itself. So kukuha kayo ng mga breeders po, breeders either breeders for broilers, di ba? Or for chicken layers. Again, we take a look at the purpose ng chicken. Kung gusto niyo for meat, dapat mas mabilis kumarga ng timbang. Kung for eggs naman yan, then you will need to look for a variety na mas malakas pong mangitlog. Saan po mas maganda ang kita, no? Sa broilers ba o sa eggs? Depende po yun sa market nila, no? At saka depende kung gaano kabilis ang returns na hinahanap nila. Kung gusto niyo ng quick turnaround ng pera but slightly lower margins, go for the broilers, no? Magpalaki tayo ng mga manok at for meat, no? Katayin for meat. If you want something that's long-term and more consistent, no, mas matagal yung waiting period, mas matagal for chicken layers, pero mas steady po ang income niyan from month 6 all the way to month 24. Unless magkaroon ng problema yung flock ninyo for the eggs, mas consistent po ang margins natin for the eggs.
Tatlong pangunahing functions ang information services. Una, ang pagdevelop at pamimigay ng knowledge products. Pangalawa, Technogabay program at ang e-extension services. Bawat RTC ay may e-extension hub na nagsisilbing one-stop shop para sa agri-fishery, info and communication resources. Ang mga ito ay libreng pinamimigay sa mga walk-in visitors. Ang Technogabay ay isang modality para magabayan ng mga magsasaka sa angkop na teknolohiya. Mayroong itong 4 na component: Information Education and Communication, ICT, magsasaka, scientista at farmers, Information and Technology Services o PITS Centers. Ang PITS Centers ay matatagpuan sa iba't ibang bayan at buong rehiyon. Sa kasalukuyan, meron na tayong kabuuang 54 pitch centers, at 74 magsasaka scientista. Sa ilalim naman ng e-extension services, meron tayong e-farming, e-trading, at e-learning. Inaanyayahan namin kayong lahat na bumisita dito sa aming e-hub upang mag-enroll sa e-learning courses na maaari ninyong aralin anumang oras at kahit saang lugar.